My father was a very good farmer when he was alive. So I understand the season of planting and harvesting very well. Because people like us, we actually grew up in the farm. When your father is a farmer, definitely. Yeah, so I grew up in the farm. So I understand the farming process, the season when you are supposed to plant corn, when you are supposed to plant cassava, when you are supposed to plant yam, different plants, okay? So I understand this season. See, there are a lot of things that goes on before planting. Okay, there are a lot of preparations that goes on. Okay, then harvesting. A lot goes on after planting before you can harvest a seed. Now, there's something I want to talk about in this video, and is patience when you are learning a skill. Now, let me use corn as a case study in this video. I'm getting somewhere, and if you are the type that like knowledge and you want to acquire something, I think you should watch this video to the very end. It's going to help you and also encourage you. Now, let's use corn as an example. Corn as our case notes, okay? A big case study. Corn or maize. Corn or maize, okay? Now, before you decide to plant corn or maize, the first thing you need to think about is the land. Number one, the land must be fertile. So after acquiring the land, you need to prepare the land for cultivation. Now, in preparation of the land, it depends on how the land is. There are some, I would say, virgin land that they've not used before. On this kind of land, you see big trees on them, you know, wide weeds and all that. So you have to, in that case, you need to call people that will help you uproot the big trees and all. And in some other cases where the land is not a virgin land, or it's something that you'll be using often, you only see some weed on it. You can just take tractor there to plow it, depending on the size of the land you're working with. Now, after you've done this, prepare the land for the cultivation of corn. The next thing you need to do is allow rain fall on the land. You can't plant corn on a dry land. It's not going to germinate. In a year, you can only plant corn twice, okay? Twice. Now, the season you're supposed to plant, we call something, we used to say it in Yoruba, we say dry season and rainy season. Okay, the first one we plant is usually during the dry rainy season, and the last one we plant is usually, you know, towards the end of rainy season. Okay, now when you plant your corn after rain has fallen upon the land, you're not going to leave the land like that. You're going to go there after like 2 weeks. Okay, or yes, after like 2 weeks, you will realize that the corn has germinated. Okay, the seed you planted has germinated, has become a plant. Okay, now when you are planting a corn, the rule of corn is you must have like just 2 or 3 on a spot. Okay, on a spot. You should not have like 8, 6. The truth is, when you are planting, there is usually, you know, this mistake, or consciously or unconsciously, when you are planting, because the corn seed is very tiny, you will drop like 6 sometimes, you will drop like 7 sometimes, even when you don't want to. Then you cover it up. When you cover it, then you begin to, when all of them will germinate and you see it. At that point, it's going to look fresh and nice. You cannot leave your corn like that, because if you leave that plant like that, you're not going to get anything at the end of the day. You're not going to get anything. No seed is going to come out, because the 7 plant will be competing for the nutrients at the spot. So what do? We also go there and do what? And remove those excess plants, and we leave just 2 or 3 at the spot. That's another process. So after you've already cultivated the land, you plant the seed, then you still go back there to go and correct your mistakes. Okay. After that, you leave it a little bit, maybe like 3 or 4 days, or 5 days in some cases, or a week. You go back there to go and fertilize your corn. It's important to put fertilization there, okay? For the corn to come out very well, you have to fertilize it. And when you are doing fertilization, you don't spread fertilizer on, you start spreading. No, because the corn, the seed of that fertilizer, there's a way, there's a way it come out. I don't know if you've seen fertilizer before. It's in circle, very tiny something. If none of it is on top of a corn or of the plant is going to die. The chemical will kill the plant. So it must be at the roots of the plant. You see that it has process and you must follow it. In as much as the fertilizer is very good, you must not put it on top of the corn. It has to be at the root, because it's the root that is going to, grow. Okay. After you finish fertilization, the corn will do well. Okay. You expect rain to fall upon it, then the corn will do well. But as the corn is doing well, the weed around, the unwanted weed around the corn will start coming out soon, because the fertilizer will not only work for the corn, but it will also work for everything that has to do with living, anything that has to do with weed or plant or anything that is there, whether unwanted plant or the wanted plant, everything will start coming out. Then you will see they're very fresh. You have to go back there again to go and clear the unwanted weed, because if you leave it like that, your corn is not going to strive, your corn is not going to grow. After a while, maybe like a month, in some cases after like 3 weeks, you have to go back there and do what? And remove unwanted weed again. At least during a season of corn planting, you should at least clear the weed maybe like 3 to 4 times, depending on the area you planted your corn on. After all this, your results you know what determines your results? The effort that you put into the planting, the looking after of your plant. That is what will determine the kind of result you're going to get. Also, the soil that you plant your corn on, that will determine the results of your plant. Where am I going to? I'm going somewhere. This is where I'm going to. Some of you decide to learn a skill. Okay? Online skill. Let me use online skill as an example, and let me use one of my course as an example. You decide to learn screen printing. You register for DAMILOLA screen printing class, but a lot of you skip the process of cultivating your soil. Making preparation for the plant. You skip that part. You skip the part of clearing, preparing the soil. What do? You just say, Damide, I want to learn screen printing. Immediately, you pay for the class, and before you even pay for the class, you already have a job you want to do. Whether it's your own, or you are getting it, or a customer is giving it to you. Forgetting that you need to prepare the soil before planting. So what you do is just go straight. This is the farm. Oh, this is screen printing class. I'm joining it. Then the next thing is just to start planting without preparing your soil. Now, how do you prepare for an online class? I'm taking it gradually. How do you prepare? You need to prepare your mindset that this skill I want to learn, yes, is an online class, but I'm going to treat it as a physical class. Let's say, for instance, you want to learn something physically. Let's say you want to learn how to sew in a physical shop. At least you give yourself like 3 months to 6 months. Okay? During this process, you'll be going there, you'll be buying materials, you waste materials, you make mistakes, you pay transport to where you're going to. In some other cases where the fashion school or where you are working, maybe there's no light, and your boss will tell you, oh, buy fuel this time around to do your assignment, But you've forgotten that this process too is also applicable in an online class. And that is why a lot of people, when they register for an online class, at the end of the day, they'll say, oh, I did not learn anything. What they will say is, oh, this online class, I don't used to understand it, because you are not treating it like a physical class. You are not treating it as something that you to take time for you to understand. It's just like you want to register in a fashion school, and your neighbor is already giving you clothes to sew. Before you register, you already say, neighbor, see, I want to go and learn how to sew. Do you have clothes that you want to wear this Sunday? Bring it. That is what a lot of you are doing. Give yourself time. Give yourself time to learn. That's number one. Number 2, time to acquire it, to master it. See, you are the process of learning. You also need to acquire it. Like, you need to assimilate it, and before you can assimilate it, you practice. You waste materials. You will spend money. Some of you, when you say, the material I'm buying, I've already bought 20,000 naira material, I don't even know it. You practice once and you are tired already. That is how you are jumping. That is why you are jumping from one class, from this person's class to another person's class to another person's class, and at the end of the day you say, no, all this online thing I don't used to understand, forgetting that a lot of people are doing well in this online. Why? You need to give yourself time to master the skill. I understand that there are some people that grab things very fast. There are a lot of my students that immediately they say, this your class is very, very easy to follow, and their first and second trial like this, maybe first trial they didn't get it, the second one they are getting it. They are getting it immediately, okay? But in your own case, you know that your learning pace is very slow. Do it gradually. Have the mindset of, oh, I'm giving myself 2 months, I'm giving myself 3 months to acquire this skill. Learn it, master it, okay? If you want to learn something, maybe like 2 in 3 months, okay, I want to acquire these skills, this skill in these 3 months, these 2 skills within these 3 months. Give yourself time to learn. Give yourself time to grow. If you are so anxious about a class, okay, let's say you want to register for a gift bag class, a gift boxes class, and you're like, hey, because it's an online, as if the teacher is going to pour everything in your head. The teacher will open your head up like this and pour everything. Where you've forgotten that you also have your own part to play. You don't just blow to learn. I just learn it, boom. You grow in learning. You grow. You make mistake, you correct your mistake, you continue. It's not that you just make mistake and just sit and say, I don't think I can know this thing. No. Treat it as a real skill. Any skill you are learning online, treat it as a real skill. I've told you several times that there are a lot of things that I learned them online. I learned them online, watching people's video, paying for some classes. Yes, there are some things that I acquired that I learned, and there are some things that I have to figure them out. When I'm figuring them out, it's not I just figure them out once. I make mistake, I go back again. The same thing is applicable to your business. Okay? Allow yourself to grow. Okay? Allow it to grow. When you learn a skill, you master the skill, you become your business, right? It's become your business. But you feel like, even before you register for the class, you're already saying, will I be able to sell? Will I make money from it? When you've not even seen the results of your work, you don't even know where you're going to. You don't know how. I don't even. Please, we need to change our mindset towards this thing. Number 1, when you are learning a skill, take your time to learn it. Number 2, give yourself time to grow. Don't rush yourself too much. It's gradual process. When you learn, you make mistake, you correct it. You make mistake, you correct it. You make mistake, you correct it. At the end of the day, you will master it. And when you are about to pour the skill to pass it to another person, let's say you want to teach somebody else, with down your mistakes and everything, it will help you. When your students are making mistakes, you'll be able to help them out. In your business, you just start a business, within 2 months, you're already, no sales. I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired. All these successful business people that we are seeing today, they did not just boom. They started it gradually. All these things that I've been saying today, the bottom line is, just give yourself time. Give yourself time to grow. What will always happen? What will happen? If you are consistent in what you're doing, you are saying, this thing I must know it, this thing I will do it, this thing you are determined, that business will flourish, that business will grow. Then you will see the result. Because the effort you put into your plants, into taking care of your plants, will determine the kind of results that you are going to get during harvest time. I hope you've learned something in this video. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.